Hi guys, so in this second video I'm going to explain some of the contingency theories in leadership. So let's get started. Okay guys, so in the previous video I have explained about the traits and behaviors demonstrated by effective leaders. So simply possessing certain traits or performing certain behaviors actually does not ensure that a manager will be an effective leader in all situations which needs leadership. This is because managers lead in a wide variety of situations and organizations have various kinds of employees performing diverse tasks in different environmental contexts. Therefore, what makes a manager an effective leader in one situation is not necessarily what that manager needs to be equally effective in a different situation. So here we have the contingency models of leadership, which take into account the situation or context within which the leadership occurs. So in the contingency theories, we have several theories, namely the Fiedler model, the SLT Hershey blanket, and the path goal theory. So we are going to take a look at all these theories in more detail after this. The first comprehensive contingency model for leadership was the Fiedler's contingency model. In this model, effective leadership is contingent on or depends on the characteristics of the leader and on the situation. This model helps to explain why a manager may be an effective leader in one situation and ineffective in another. According to this model, effective group performance depends on the proper match between the leader's style of interaction and the degree to which the situation gives control and influence to the leader. The main assumption in this model is that leaders do not readily change their leadership styles. So what we can do is to match the leader with the situation. Fiedler developed an instrument called the Least Preferred Coworker or LPC questionnaire, which measures the leader's behavioral orientation, either task-oriented or relationship-oriented. According to Fiedler, a person's leadership style is natural, so managers cannot change their style, and they cannot adopt different styles in different situations. So it is necessary to match the leader with the situation based on these three criteria. First is leader-member relations. This refers to the degree of confidence, trust, and respect the employees have in their leader. Situation would be more favorable for leading when leader-member relations are good. The second criteria is task structure. This refers to the degree to which the job assignments of subordinates are structured or unstructured. When task structure is high, the situation is more favorable for leading. Task structure is considered high when it has to follow certain procedures and very inflexible. And the last criteria is position power. This refers to the degree of influence a leader has over power variables such as hiring, firing or disciplinary action, or even salary increases. Leadership situations are more favorable for leading when position power is strong. This figure here shows how we can match the leadership styles with the situations. For example, when leader-member relations is good and task structure is high and the position power is strong, the best leadership style would be the task-oriented. In contrast, when the leader-member relations is poor and task structure is low and the position power is weak, again, task-oriented will be the best choice. A moderately favorable situation, however, is best handled through relationship-oriented leadership. So here we can see how this model actually helps to match between the leadership style and the situations. However, there is some problem with this model as the three criteria are regarded as complex and difficult. And also, the assumption that leaders cannot change their style is regarded as unacceptable. Next, we have the situational leadership theory, or we can also call it as SLT. In this theory, they argue that successful leadership is achieved by selecting the right leadership style, which is contingent on the level of the follower's readiness. So instead of focusing on workplace factors, this theory suggests that leaders should adjust their styles to the followers and their abilities. In SLT, we have 4 specific leadership styles, where the first one, telling. The leader here defines role and tells people specifically how to do the various tasks. The second style is selling. Here, the leader provides both directive and supportive behavior. The third style is participating, where the leader and follower shares in decision making, and the leader involves a lot in facilitating and communicating. And the last style is delegating, where the leader provides little direction or minimal support. So the most effective behavior depends on the follower's ability and motivation, shows here as the 4 stages of readiness. At the first stage, we have the R1 followers, who is unable and unwilling. So usually the leader needs to display high task orientation. R2, we have followers who are unable but willing. And R3 refers to the followers who are able but unwilling, probably because they don't have enough confidence or they just don't want to do the job. And R4, we have followers who are able and willing to do the job. So R4 can be regarded as the best stage in terms of the follower's readiness. So here we have the SLT curve, which helps to identify the most appropriate leadership style to different followers. So if the employees are at the R1 stage, which is unable and unwilling, the best style would be the telling style, which involves a lot of guidance and directions. And if the employees are at the R2 stage, which is unable but willing, the selling style, which involves a lot of explanation and persuasion, would be the most appropriate. Next, if the followers are at the R3 stage, which is able but unwilling, the participating style, where the leader will encourage the employees a lot to be involved in problem solving, would be the best. And if the employees are at the R4 stage, which is able, willing, and confident, the delegating style, which involves a lot of observation and monitoring, would be the most suitable for these employees. SLT has some advantages. Here, leaders can change their style at their own discretion at any time. Apart from that, employees may find a leader who adapts to shifting changes in the workforce as a desirable trait. It also acknowledges the importance of followers and their readiness. But the weakness in this theory is that it may put too much responsibility on the managers, whose decision might not be perfect. So the last theory that I will explain in this video is the path goal theory. This theory is based on specifying a leader style or behavior that best fits the employee and work environment in order to achieve a goal. The goal usually would be to increase the employee's motivation, empowerment, and satisfaction so that they'll become productive members of the organization. Robert House, who developed this theory, identified 4 leadership behaviors. The first one is the directive leadership. A directive leader tells employees what is expected of them, schedules work, and gives specific guidance as to how to accomplish tasks. The second leadership style is the supportive leader. This leader is friendly and shows concern for the needs of employees. This is very similar to the dimension of consideration style of leadership. The third style in the path goal theory is the participative leader. This leader consults with employees and uses their suggestions before making a decision. And the fourth style in path goal theory is the achievement-oriented leader. This type of leader sets challenging goals and expects employees to perform at their highest levels. So these styles should be matched with the characteristics of the employees. So guys, this is the end of the second part. Hopefully you have understand the use of all these contingency theories, and don't forget to watch the last part after this.